Okay, so for the rest of your test, this section, your friend Juan Jose recently visited a restaurant, but he found things have changed and now the food is bad. He wrote the following letter to complain about the menu. Complete the letter using the correct quantifying expressions from the list. Be careful with agreement and do not use any of the expressions more than once. So that might have thrown some of you off, is using one more than once. But also remember, this is a negative letter. So for example, it says, soy un cliente habitual, like I'm a habitual client. Le escribo para saber por qué sus platos ahora son muy diferentes. Hay un cocinero nuevo. La sopa, por ejemplo, tiene, and so when we're talking about the salt, what would make this, you want to talk about it being bad. So having too much salt, too little salt, or too much salt would make it bad. And since sal is feminine, and you could have used any of those, demasiada, poca, or mucha. No se puede comer. Además es sopa de camarones, pero no tiene, you would use ningún camarón. It doesn't have not even one camarón. And you might put nada de, but if I put nada de, I would probably say nada de camarones. It just sounds weird to say nada de camarón. It would be like the whole category, but this would be saying it doesn't have not even one shrimp. Solo agua. La carne con patatas tiene blank grasa. So grease is something we don't, or fat. Sorry, that's fat. We don't want to have a lot of fat. That would make the food bad. So mucha and demasiada would be the only one that would fit there. You wouldn't want to do poca. Y hay blank patatas, pero blank carne. So you're probably going to say that the patatas were okay. Y hay suficientes, there were enough potatoes. There were too many potatoes, there were a lot, or there were little potatoes. Y hay suficientes, demasiadas, muchas patatas. I would probably have done hay suficientes patatas, like there's enough potatoes, because this but is what is going to make you say there's not any meat, so that's what's wrong with it. Because of the but, it makes sense to me that the but would be opposite, so there would be, enough potatoes, but, poca carne, very little carne, or nada de carne, or no meat. La tarta de fresas no tiene ninguna fresa. So the tarta de fresas has not even one fresa. Por favor, cambien su menú o su cocinero. Okay, and then down here, I don't know that I'm going to go over these. These would have been the answers to the cultural questions, and I take these straight from the questions that I either give you guys for reading or the questions that I give you guys for for the videos that I assign, or straight from reading selections in the chapter. And I give you these answers when I'm going through the stuff that you turn into me. I give you 100 for having completed it, and then I provide you with the answers. So you should be getting these right because you have the exact answers. So anyway, you can read through these. What is the capital of Cuba? Havana. The two services that Cubans have free access to which they have free access are education and health care. True or false, many Cubans depend on the economic help sent by family members living in other countries. That's true. For how long did Cuba have to suffer a U.S. economic embargo? For more than 50 years. What does el bloqueo forbid? U.S. companies trading products with Cuba. True or false, many U.S. products still arrive in Cuba by way of Mexico and other countries through the black market. True. Why did the U.S. enact this embargo? A lot of you put the Cuban Missile Crisis. That was a different embargo that happened after this one, and that was all still in response to this. The problems with Cuba started when Castro, there used to be businesses, U.S.-owned businesses in Cuba, and when Castro took over the government, he nationalized a lot of these businesses, and so a lot of U.S. Individuals who had businesses in Cuba, the government took these businesses away and they never compensated them for it, and so that's what really started the problem with Cuba, is the fact that there were all these U.S. businessmen who lost a lot of money when that happened. What are the cars like in Cuba? They're refurbished cars from the 40s and 50s. The two products that for which Cuba has international fame are their tobacco and their sugar. And Santeria is a mixture of Catholic and Yoruba religions.